Hi, good morning, boys and girls. This is Miss Jackson again. We are here at week 6 of our at-home learning, and this lesson today this is going to be on science, and we're going to be talking about our 5 senses. And if you remember, a while back we've worked on 5 senses for 2 weeks, so this is just going to be a review. So what you will need for the assignment will just be a blank sheet of paper, and you will just need crayons or markers or anything to draw your pictures and talk about it. The assignment's going to be for you to be going around your house, and I'll get more into exactly with your parents. I'll get more into exactly what I want you to do at the end of the video. But since we are talking about our 5 senses, I wanted to go ahead and just get started about what our 5 senses are. So let me let you look. Okay, so what I went ahead and made, and excuse my drawing, but I wanted to talk about the 5 senses that we have. And the first one we have, this is our eye, and we see with our eyes. We use our sight almost all the time with everything that we do. Whether we are just sitting reading, we're using our sight, or even when we're out walking around, we're using our sight to help us to make sure that we know where to go. We look at things to see how beautiful things are, at what color they are, so we're using our sight sense almost all the time. The next sense I want to talk about is your sense of smell, and we're going to use our nose for our sense of smell. We use that just to find things about if they're when we're eating, how they smell. Is it going to be sweet, salty? It can help us when we're walking outside. We can smell the flowers. When we're cooking, we know we use our sense of smell if mom's or dad is cooking bacon, and we can be in another room and that smell comes in and we're like, oh, that smells so good, I'm hungry. And the next one that we want to talk about is the sense of taste. We use our tongue for the sense of taste. And remember, boys and girls, on our tongue we have thousands of taste buds on there that we use our sense of taste for. And remember, we only put things that we know are good for us in our mouth. We're not going to we don't put pencils, we don't put small objects in our mouth because we could choke. So we're just using our sense of taste so that when we eat or drink anything, we learn if it's sour, sweet. So we're using our sense of taste for that. The next one we use is our sense of touch. We use our hands and our fingers for our sense of touch. We can see if it's smooth, rough, soft, hard. We're using our touch all the time. We can use our sense of touch to feel the shape of it and be able to tell what things are just by their shape. And then the last one we talk about is our sense of hearing. We use our ears to be able to hear things. We use our hearing all the time when we are talking, when we're learning. We're either listening to someone speak, we might be watching a video. You're using your sense of hearing when you wake up. If you hear mom calling you saying it's time to wake up, you use your sense of hearing. When you're watching TV, you use your sense of hearing. When you're playing a video game, all of it helps you to connect it all together. So those are our 5 senses. I have a short video that I'm going to use that you guys have seen in the past, and it's from YouTube. So hold on just 1 second and I will get to the YouTube video. So this is just a quick song for you guys to listen to about the 5 senses.
I have 2 eyes so I can see, and a nose to smell. I have 10 fingers that can touch, they do it very well. I have 2 ears so I can hear the birds up in the trees. I have a tongue
Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that short video. Let me, oops, sorry. Let me stop it. We're going to go ahead and go back to this. So this is our census. Like I said, you're going to get a sheet of paper. So what you're going to do this week is you're going to be going around the house with your parents, and you're going to be talking about safety and what senses you use to help you out. And then you're going to come back and draw a picture about all you learned. So I'm going to talk about a couple of safety things that are in the house and the different senses that we use. So the first one I want to talk about is all of you, or most of you, I can't say all of you, but most of you will take a bath either at night or in the morning. So we use several senses when we're taking our bath. So I thought I would just, for a real quick thing, I would draw a bathtub. And again, this is just my drawing. You can draw it. Do not worry about what it looks like. Just use circles and shapes, and I'm fine with whatever drawings you choose to make. So I'm just going to draw like a little bathtub. It's going to have some water in it. And the water is the important thing that we're going to be talking about here in the bathtub. So one thing about the bathtub is you fill it up with water. So the first sense that you're going to be hearing is you're going to be hearing, your ears are going to hear the water as it's draining into the tub. And then also you're going to be using your eyes to make sure that you stop the water before it gets too full, because you don't want it to overflow and get onto the ground, onto your floor. So you're going to use your eyes to know when to turn the water off. And the next thing that you're going to do, and this is the safety part, when you're also doing it, is one, we don't want it too full, because it would be a hazard. If we let it overflow onto the floor, we could slip and fall. And then also the temperature of the water. So one of our safety things is you're going to be using touch. But in your touch, when we want to test the temperature of the water. And the safest way to test the temperature of the water is just to use our fingers. And we're just going to put a couple of fingers in and just barely touch the top of the water and touch it and see if it's too hot. As soon as you touch it, if it burns your hand and you want to take it off and you need to say, Mom or Dad, this is too hot, I can't get in the tub. If the temperature you touch it and it feels great for you, then you can go ahead and get in the tub. But what happens? It might be too cold, and then you can say, Mom and Dad, this temperature is too cold, and they need to go ahead and add some more warm water. So that would be your safety for the bathroom. And so I've drawn a bathtub to show that I've done it, and then I can also draw a hand to show that I'm going to use my touch to touch the temperature to make sure it's not too hot and not too cold. I'm also going to be using my eyes, because I'm going to make sure that the bathtub does not overflow and get water onto the ground, because then we could slip and fall and then we could damage the floor. And then another thing I want to talk about is you could use milk. Hopefully, I know I use milk to eat my cereal. I like to have milk with my dinner. So in that, you can use a carton of milk. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to draw just kind of a round jug-like, and it's going to have a handle, and then it has like a little top. And then I can even label it milk. So in this, we're going to use a couple of our senses too. The first thing we're going to do is we are going to use our sense of touch. You're thinking, why do I need to use my sense of touch? Well, when we drink milk, milk needs to be cold. And we need to make sure if it's warm, then it's probably not good for us and it can make us sick. So we're going to use our sense of touch to make sure that when we pick up the carton of milk that it's cold, or when we have our glass, we can feel that it's cold. The next sense that you're going to be using is you are going to be using your sense of taste. That would be when you sit there and taste it, you want to make sure, there's your little tongue, kind of a weird looking tongue, but that's okay. There's your little tongue, and you're going to be using it to taste, and you want to take just a little bit of the milk and make sure that it tastes good. If milk's been sitting too long, or if you then it can have a sour taste, and then if it's sour, then it can get you sick. So there's another thing that you can do. Again, we are going to be using our sense of eyes. And if you look on your milk carton, and you parents can show you this, your milk carton is going to have an expiration date on it. And that expiration date is going to be telling you what date you need to have used the milk by. And that also can help you to make sure that the milk is safe for you to drink. So hopefully you guys are going to have a great time with this. Parents, if you will look in the paper packet to get more of an explanation of what your assignment is going to be. We are doing the Science Choice Board, and we are doing the middle one up on the top. And it says ways to use our senses for safety at home. So you are going to be talking with parents, and you guys are going to be talking together about ways that you can use their senses for safety and good health at home. So we'd already talked about the one with using the fingertips to test the water before getting into a bathtub. You can use their sense of smell to help you sense if there's anything in danger, which would be like if you smell smoke, which means you need to be getting out of the house, or any other types. You can use your sense of taste to taste food if it's salty, sour, sweet. And so you're going to be doing all of that, and when you get done, I want all of you to come, I want your child to come back and draw a picture about all the things that they learned. And then you can take a picture and send it to me. You can also take a video of your child of what they learned. So again, it's just a quick thing, the different senses I used for this. So boys and girls, I hope you have fun using all of your senses as you go through the house. And just to tell me or draw pictures about all the different things that you've learned, and even if it's not necessarily safety, you're more than welcome to tell me about it. Like if you picked up a stuffed animal, what did you feel? What was the shape? Was it soft? Was it furry? All the different things. What color was it, using your eyes? So I hope you have fun with this safety science with our senses. So I'll see you, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.